Hello, my name is Jacob Graves. Some of you may even know me as Dino Jacobton. And as made obvious from the introduction, I'm going to be talking about a very serious topic today. Suicide and suicide prevention. What you can do to help somebody who's considering suicide, what not to say when talking to somebody who is considering suicide, some of the common misconceptions about suicide, and as well as some of my own personal experiences regarding suicide. The signs of suicide include, but are not limited to, disrupted sleep, extreme self-hatred, isolation, giving away personal possessions, and, as well, a major decline in grades. When talking to someone who is having suicidal thoughts, there are many things that you can do. This is just one list of some good first steps. Listen to them without judging them. Tell them where to find help, and if you can, be there to support them while they're getting help. Let them know you'll be there for them, and remind them of the alternatives to suicide without sounding trite or glib. A few examples of things you shouldn't do when talking to somebody who is considering suicide. Do not insult the person. Do not distance yourself from them due to wanting to save your reputation or any other reason. Do not just tell them that they need help and then walk away. And please don't use the, "well, I'll tell everyone" tactic to get them to seek help. That's not very nice. Here is just a few of the common misconceptions. Seeing suicide in any form of media will cause someone to be suicidal. This is obviously wrong, as someone considering suicide takes a certain amount of time. Of course, one that can't be measured, but it certainly takes time. A tragic event has to occur in someone's life for them to consider suicide. Suicide usually stems from depression, and depression can be hereditary, meaning that it can be passed down. Even if you've never experienced anything tragic, if your mom or dad has had depression, it could go to you. And then finally, suicide is a coward's way out. This is just a mean way for people who don't believe that suicide is a real problem to insult those who are suffering from it and those who support those who are suffering from it. My experiences regarding suicide. Here was the part that I was saving for last because I felt that having a face do this part would help the message get across to people easily. When I was 12 years old, my father committed suicide. This was after me not talking to him for about 3 years. I had no idea what was going on in his life, no idea what he was going through. Honestly, I had very little idea of what was going on with him at all. And it felt awful. It even sent me into a period of time where I was considering ending it all. I felt like everything, even if it was outside my jurisdiction completely, was my fault if it had a negative effect. And sadly, that's the mindset that you get sometimes if you are, contemplating it. If you have depression, it sort of becomes, why am I here? Why am I here just to mess things up for people? When truly the answer is you aren't really messing anything up, it's your mind making it. And to anybody who knows somebody who's committing suicide, and to anybody who's not really committing, I guess to say, but thinking about committing suicide, it gets you down, I know. I've had to help people not do it, but you just gotta keep fighting for them. Don't give up on them, because they're a life that's worth saving, honestly. And if you're considering it, just know that there are ways out. You have to fight like crazy, and it'll be awful at times, and you'll want to give up. But if you don't give up, you win. You let yourself win. You don't let the depression win. You don't let the negative things win, and everything goes back to being good in the end. So to anybody who knows somebody who's contemplating suicide, or to anybody who is contemplating, after my logo pops up in the credits, I will put in the number for the National Suicide Hotline for anybody who needs it. Thank you everybody for listening.